5:15 a.m. Wednesday, April 18th, 1906. The earth shook, rattling the ground of San Francisco, California.
Shaky.
You're sort of shaky.
What is this?
What do you mean?
Oh my god! Oh my god, what's going on? Wait.
Why is it so shaky?
The physical destruction caused by the natural forces of the earthquake and fire was followed by an unparalleled period of racial, political, and social strife.
The first tremor came without warning. Many houses were destroyed, the ground was ripped apart, and people quickly ran to their doors, hoping to stay alive. Fred Hewitt, a reporter for the San Francisco Examiner, stopped and described the horrifying event. Crash following crash resounded on all sides. Frightened horses dashed headlong into ruins as they raced away in their abject fear. There was a lull. The most terrible was yet to come. The cries of those who must have perished reached my ears, and I hope that never again this side of the grave will I hear such signals of agony.
After the earthquake, and as you can see, it's pretty dark and desolate, and all my family is lost. Everyone's dead, and
Hewitt was right. The worst was yet to come. As scared civilians grabbed their belongings and loved ones trying to find shelter, San Francisco was bombarded with two large aftershocks that knocked down power lines, buildings, shattered glass, and started the Great San Francisco Fire. Many priests and preachers said that the earthquake was a punishment from God due to all the saloons in Barbary Coast and the gambling houses in Chinatown. Many San Franciscans did not like this theory and came up with their own theory, which stated, if, as some say, God spanked the town for being over frisky, then why did he burn the churches down and save hodling's whiskey? Scientists also measure earthquakes by their force using a scale known as a Rossi foil. The scale rates the earthquake from 1 to 10, 10 being total destruction. The San Francisco earthquake and fire was known to be a 9.
And 28,188 structures that were burned, and so many of them are wooden, more like 24,671 of them are wooden. So that's just, all that smoke is going up into the air, and that's causing people to get black lung disease.
Even though the San Francisco 7.8 earthquake and aftershocks of 1906 caused a great deal of damage, it is said that the fire was the cause of an estimated 90% of the total destruction. Together, many civilians, police officers, firefighters, and soldiers of the army all worked together to help guard buildings, helped trapped or injured civilians, and provide food and shelter for those in need. Firefighters tried using dynamite to destroy buildings, hoping to create fire breaks. Unfortunately, due to bad usage of the dynamites, the firefighters caused even more damage, destroying hundreds of buildings that could have possibly survived.
It seems like the fires was worse than the earthquake itself. I mean, so many things were lost just from the fire, and so many people suffered from it, and so many buildings and communities and businesses and everything were lost. It's just tragic.
As time passed, help efforts rapidly declined as San Francisco was hit by many more aftershocks, causing a large increase in fire breakouts. Rescuers feared they would get burned or die trying to save victims, and slowly backed out trying to protect themselves. And as if things weren't bad enough, the people of San Francisco began looting each other, stealing from stores, and becoming violent and extremely savage. The mayor of San Francisco created a proclamation stating that the federal troops had permission to shoot and kill anyone looting or committing a crime. Due to all the dangers outside and large numbers of homeless families, many temporarily housing camps were created while construction of the city continued on. Few days after the disaster, world relief efforts reached over $5 million, most of which came from England and Canada. In the end, an estimated 3,000 people died. 220,000 to 300,000 people were left homeless. 80% of the entire city was destroyed by the earthquake and fire, and the overall estimated damage cost was about $400 million. That's equivalent to $7 billion today.
I mean, it really gives people a sight of hard-edged reality. I mean, like, you can't just go on living in your own little fantasy world. Of course, things like this are going to happen, but it's a shame that it happened to us in such a great city.